Hello guys, in JavaScript EA6 introduction series we have reached to one another JavaScript EA6 feature introduction, and this feature is called default parameters in JavaScript. First of all, we will know what is default parameters in JavaScript, where it is used and why it is used. So before JavaScript EA6 feature handling function parameters with the default value required extra logic like using the slashes operator or checking for undefined. But in JavaScript EA6 they introduced a default parameters for a function that this parameter allowing function to have default value when arguments are not provided. So it has a special syntax, and the syntax is something like this, that the default value are assigned in the function definition. When we are defining a function, the default value we are assigning at the definition of the function. If there is no argument provided, the default value is used as the value of the parameter. If an argument is passed, the default value is override by the host value. So before to start the introduction, let's start with the practical of using a default value in an old method. So in an old method, we are using a default value for a parameter in such a way. I am creating a function by the name of greet. Function greet, and the function will have a parameter which is called name. So, and the function will print me just a greeting message with a name, with a post name. Welcome name. So the function will print me the complete greeting message will be passed a value to the function. But if we don't pass a value to the function will not print me the complete message. So to print me a complete message with a default value, we are creating another variable by the name of v. Let v, and the first, if we pass a value, the v variable should have a value of the name. If this is not assigned, if we don't pass a value to the function should have a default value, and the default value will be something like this. I'm just, for example, assigning a guest. So first, I am calling this function greet with passing nothing. The second, I am calling this function with a value ID. So I am saving this code and I am running this code. I am running this code with the help of Node.js, and default parameter.js is my file name, and I will see what is the result and what. So if we the welcome undefined, because I am using name and the name is not assigned, so I use a default value. I should change the name to the v. So I'm running this code again and I will see the result. But this function, the old way, or printing the value for different cases. For example, if I pass greet, if I pass 0, this should print me the default value. If I pass false, it should print me the default value. If I pass undefined, the function will print me the default value. I am saving this code and I am running the code to show the result. If we see, for all the cases, when I pass 0, when I pass false, when I pass undefined, when I pass nothing, the function is printing me the default value. And this was the problem. So in JavaScript EA6, they provided a new method or a new way to define a default value for a function parameter in JavaScript. So I am commenting this all code and I am creating a default parameter in a new way, function greet, and the new way is something like this, name parameter. The parameter should have a default value with a function definition. So default value will be Ali or guest. So console.log welcome name. I'm calling this function greet with nothing, but for second time I am calling this function with a value of Ali. So I am clearing the screen and I am seeing the result. So the new way is a good looking, concise and simplified way to have or assign a default value to a function parameter. And the old way had some problem that are solved by the new way. So for example, if I pass greet null, they should print me null as the name. If I pass greet 0, they should print me 0 as the. If I pass false, they should print me all the value as is passed to the function. Just in two cases, with when there is nothing in a function, and one other case when the undefined value is passed, they should print me a default value. I am saving. When we see just for two cases when there is nothing passed, the second when the value undefined is passed, for all other cases they are printing whatever is passed to the function. So we can have multiple default parameters in a function. For this, I am creating a function which will have multiple parameters. For each parameter, the function will have a default value. Function, I'm creating function by the name of person, and the function will have name parameter, which the default value will be Muhammad, and the age parameter, which the default value will be 18. So I am printing the person parameters in a console. So I am using template literals for printing the value. My name is name, and I am 18, and I am 8 years old. So first I'm calling this function with passing none. The second time I am calling this function with just one parameter, and the parameter will be a name of Ali. So I am saving this code, clearing the screen, and running this code again to show what will be the result displayed on the console. So when I called the function for the first time, it showed me the default value because I didn't assign or I didn't post nothing to the function. I didn't post value to the function. So for the second time, I have just passed one value to the function, and the second time the age is printed as default in the screen. So we can use expression as a default value in a function parameter. We can use function, calculation, and other expression as a default value. So I am creating a function get default age, and the function is just returning me the default value for age, return 18. I'm creating another function person. The function will have a name with the default value of Ali, and the age should be a function called get default age, and the function will just print me the first person information in a screen. My name is name, and I am 8 years old. So I'm saving this code and I'm calling this function person with posting nothing. For second time, I'm calling this function again with just one value, Muhammad. So I am saving this code, clearing the screen and running this code again, and we will see the result that we can have a function call or expression as a default value in a function parameter in JavaScript. So default parameter with destructuring. We can use default parameter with destructuring. If an argument is an object, we can set default value for specific properties of the object. So I am creating another function person. The function will have an object as a parameter. So I am using name should have a default value with Ali and age should be 18, and I am equaling this as an empty bracket. So console.log, and I am printing the result in the screen. My name is, and I am just 8 years old. So first I am calling this function with empty object. Person post nothing. Second time person, I am posting an object with just one properties. And the name would be Muhammad. So I'm saving this code, clearing the screen, and I will see what is the result of the code. My name is Ali and I'm 18 years old. The object default value is printed in the console. For the second time, I have passed an object with just one property, and the one property name is printed as it passed, and the second property for this object is printed default. So we can use default parameter in arrow function. So I'm creating an arrow function const multiply a, the default value for a will be 4, b, default value for b will be 6, console.log should be printed a times b. So first I am calling just empty multiply function with passing nothing. For second time I am calling this again with passing just one parameter. For the third time I am calling this and I am passing two values. One is 8, the second one is 9. I am saving this code, clearing the screen, and I am running the code to show the result. So first of all, when I post nothing, it printed me the default value. 4 times 6 would be 24. For the second time I post 4 again, the same result is printed. For third time I post two parameters, and the multiplication of this post parameter is shown for me as 72. Thanks for watching. Please share, subscribe to the channel.